Here's a deal that I just had to get it reappraised as I'm refinancing it to pay back a hard money lender. Now the value as of today in 2024 came in at $390,000. So I decided to break down the numbers since inception, since I just got it in January of 2023. So only 14 months ago. And it's an amazing case study. It follows the Diamond Wealth real estate system. So I wanted to break down the numbers. So the ARV as of today that it came in is $390,000, and you can see it right in here. Now, how did I find this deal? So I found this deal on social media. Here's the original social media post, and it was listed at $199,900. And they were estimating the value to be $330,000. They actually missed, which I'll show you later, but I saw it. It was my box. It was listed as a 3.2, 1,400 square feet. It was actually a 4.2, so amazing. But it was in really, really rough shape. You can see the pictures. I'm gonna run through them really quick right here so you can get the idea. I mean, horrendous shape. Carpet was horrible. They had a toilet plumbed into a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket, which is crazy. And the crazier part is that this is the second time I've seen this. Anyway, most people see this, they run scared. I saw it and I get excited because I see money. So after a little bit of negotiating, I was able to get it for $196,500. Now, out of the $196,500, $6,500 of that was the assignment fees. So believe it or not, there was actually 3 different wholesalers into the deal. 2 of them at $2,500 and 1 at $1,500. So I'm more than happy to pay it, as it's an amazing deal. And then the closing costs were $2,000 in closing. So my all-in on this one, you're looking at about $198, call it $500. There's a little bit, few dollars difference, but that's it. $198,500. Now, my favorite is residential real estate. Why? Because there's 7 different ways to make money. And the Diamond Wealth real estate system, it is the best way to buy it, and as it minimizes your out-of-pocket. So what I did, and you can see here on the settlement statement where it shows you all of the assignments, look at this loan. So I obtained my initial loan at $230,000 because I knew the DSCR. When they listed it, they listed ARV at $330,000. That was their prediction. You should always do your own due diligence, never trust them, because, you know, a lot of wholesalers, I mean, they are sales guys. So, you know, the higher the ARV, the better their deal looks. But in this particular case, it came in actually at, when I was done with it, it came in at $350 was the actual, but we'll go through it in a little bit. So I got it a loan, $230,000, which means I got paid back $31,500 back at close. Amazing. How amazing is that? I got paid $31,000 to buy this beautiful, amazing property. So absolutely amazing. Now, it took me a little bit longer than anticipated. It took me 3.5 months, 3.5 months to complete it, and I spent a little more money than I was hoping. So out of pocket, withholding costs, everything, utilities, some appliances, I was in out of pocket $45,000, which means I spent about $76,000 to get it to this point. But look at the finished product. It's just beautiful. We got rid of the carpet, paint, windows. We make it so it lasts. So for that reason, spending $45,000. I was hoping to spend $30,000 or less out of my own, but it didn't work out that way, and it was $45,000. But let's see what it looked like. Now, my initial loan of $230,000. So my initial loan was $230,000, and it was at 8%, meaning my payment was $1,533. Interest only. What does interest only mean? It means it's not fully amortized. One of the 7 ways of making money in real estate is principal pay down. Because this is an interest only, there was no principal pay down, which we'll have now. but it maximized the cash flow because of that. And then tax and insurance was $150. Tax, insurance. So you're looking at $1,683 per month in monthly holding cost. Now, in the fourth month, the market is so hot here in Phoenix, I was able to rent it right away at $3,000 per month, giving you a really nice 13, 17 per month in cash flow that you're receiving. Really good. I mean, that is amazing. And when you annualize it, it's really good. So this is what it looked like on the hard money. Now, the reason I'm refinancing it now is because this particular lender, it's time to pay him back. It's been 14 months and I can renew it for a fee. I chose not to, so I'm going to do a DSCR. So my new loan is going to be DSCR, which is a debt service coverage ratio loan at 7.625%, and this is right now 2024. My new loan amount is going to be $242,000. Very expensive. Now, why did it go from 230 to 242? Money is that expensive. $12,000 between the fees, the impound accounts, which means we have to prepay taxes, fund the insurance for the year, and all the title costs. Is just very expensive. The reason it's expensive, I don't think they can resell them on the back end like they can on the traditional Fannie Freddies. So for that reason, they have to make their money up front instead on the back end. And for that reason, yes, $12,000, I'm happy to pay it. I'm not paying anything out of pocket. What I'm doing is rolling it into the new loan, which is fine. So now my new payment, it was a little over $2,000. My new payment, and you can see it right here, $2,047. And I'm still getting $3,000, same tenant, per month in gross rent. So that gives you $953 per month cash flow. So when you annualize it, it's 11.4. 11.4 per year annualized. So let's break down the numbers. Cash on cash return on the current rate, if you divide it by what we have out of pocket, it is 25%, which is fine. But remember, I had 1317 for 8 months of it. So theoretically, I've already gotten paid. Actually, in reality, I've already gotten paid. Not theoretically, it's reality. 10 grand out of this, so I'm really down to 35,000. But we're going to use the 45 for the 25% cash on cash, which is pretty good. But what about the return on equity? Return on equity right now. So we have 45,000 in theoretically. I mean, it's a 35 now, but we're going to call it 45. It just appraised at 390. 14 months, in 14 months, just holding this asset. And now the new loan, 242. So that gives you have $148,000 spread between the new loan and the current ARV on something that you've only have out of your own pocket, $45,000. And it's down to 35, infinite returns. So what is that? It's over 300%. It's over return on equity. No other asset class in the world. And what we've been able to do, and this is just one single deal, we minimize our out-of-pocket expense. That's why the Diamond Wealth real estate system is so special, because we minimize the out-of-pocket expense with just $45,000. Now, you can't even find a product like this. If you have to find it, ARV was $350, you'll be doing 25%, if you can even find it, 25% down. And if you have to do it the traditional way, you'll be doing a 25% down of the initial purchase price plus the other 70 grand that we spent in. So you're well over $100,000, well over it. Impossible to scale with. Our way of doing it, we're minimizing our out-of-pocket expense, day one. We are maximizing our cash on cash, and we're maximizing return on equity. And it's absolutely amazing. Now, let's just hold this. It's $390 today. Let's hold it for another 2-3 years. And let's call it $450,000 now. In 2 years, which is reasonable, 60 grand, 2 years. Fine, call it 3 years, doesn't matter. If you have 450, now the loan here is gonna keep going down. So every single house hits a trigger point, which means the return that you're getting, the cash flow to equity will no longer pencil, meaning you have too much equity to the cash flow. So what do? You would never sell it for cash. Absolutely crazy. You just don't do it. So instead, you 1031 exchange. So imagine this could be easily 200 grand more or more. So you take that 200,000 and you go three more houses using the exact same system of purchasing. So on something that you're only in 45, by then the cash flow would have paid you back your 45. So it's truly infinite returns. And when you use the system, you get three more. It'll keep growing and growing and growing. So this is just one house. And how one house has an incredible impact on the outcome of anyone. Just one house. Now compare that saving from whatever our jobs are. You know, accounting. I mean, how many tax returns would it take me to make 148,000? I mean, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Even if I'm charging, you know, whatever, 5 grand a return. Can't do it. And this self-compounds. And that's why it's so important to put our time and energy into self-compounding, cash flowing assets. My absolute favorite is residential real estate.